Guys, what's going on? It's good to see you guys here during the day, man. Right? Another day shift. Good to see you guys. What's going on? Fred R, man. Thanks for becoming a member, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks for the support on the channel, man. Now, guys, Dante, what's up, dude? Tim Hicks is here. Scott's here. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna drop the link first. Anyone who's coming up, guys, right? Now, guys, we're gonna talk about how these dunderheaded 304s have no money for retirement. It's an absolute mess, right? Hold on, guys. Let's see this. There's a news story here that I was going to show you. Here you go.
Preparing for retirement is overwhelming, but for women, it can be particularly hard. Studies show that women have less in their retirement savings than men.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, a continuing series called Retirement Ready. And Nora joins us now live from Washington. So, Nora, what did you learn that women can do?
Yeah, hi to you, Christine and Maurice. That's right. This has been actually a very popular series that we've been doing all this week called Retirement Ready because, right, we all want to prepare for our golden years. But actually, retirement is a luxury that many Americans cannot afford. Close to 50% of Americans work for employers who do not offer any retirement plans. And if you look at the total number of Americans who say they don't have anything in retirement, that's 57 million people. So tonight, we meet a 66-year-old woman, Marion O'Connor, single mom. She had to sell her home because
of course she's a single mom, right, guys? Of course she is.
You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom.
Didn't have enough savings to be prepared. She's been juggling jobs, working very hard, in her words. So, we explain kind of what she's doing. She's been working with someone about.
Oh, this is a preview, right? So guys, hold on. This is CBS here. Here we go.
More women are in the workforce than ever. Yet a troubling survey reports 26% of working women did not contribute to a retirement savings account in the past year.
Guys, so that's the people that are in the survey, and they probably only surveyed older women. But guys, you know that these younger chicks, right, that are all trying to be influencers, they have no retirement whatsoever.
KPLC's Stephanie Obidiku looks into why this is and how the gap can be closed.
As Social Security age eligibility goes up, ensuring you have your own savings set for the future is becoming even more important. According to a survey by Bankrate, women in the workforce are leaving thousands of dollars behind over their lifetime. 26% of working full-time or part-time women did not contribute to their retirement in 2024, compared to the 16% of working men that haven't.
That's about a 10 percentage point gap between working men and working women who didn't.
Guys, there's one thing that Thomas Sowell always says. Guys, disparity doesn't always equal discrimination, right? Guys, that is the opposite of the wokes. The woke see any disparity and attribute it to discrimination. If you believe that,
you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Clown world, right, guys? Absolutely insane. And guys, what happens when you presuppose something that you have the answer is you don't ask the right questions and you don't get any solutions, right? Because guys, if you presuppose discrimination, then you can't actually look for the real causes of the problems. Because guys, how do you quantify? How do you even qualify what discrimination is, right? Insane.
Not save for retirement at all during that period. And that's a huge gap. And ultimately what it shows us is that women are not saving for retirement at a higher rate than men are.
Insecurity around money/investing is a big reason for this wide gap that sometimes stems from childhood.
A big part of the reason why we see less women investing comes down to their childhood experiences.
Oh, please. Oh, please. So, yeah, guys, they're not saving because...
And I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught.
Well, let me
I feel like my whole life is empty.
Please. Desert Coyote, what's up, man?
And how they talk about money. Conversations around money tend to be more focused around investing when talking to boys. And so that does manifest later in life and creates financial differences in their habits and their outcomes.
A lot of times people feel as though they don't have enough.
Isn't it funny, guys, how these chicks, they can never assume that women make the wrong choice. They just assume that they were not given the choice to be made in the first place. Isn't that crazy how that works, guys? Isn't that insane?
Contribute, or that they have to choose between their right now necessities versus what they'll need in the future.
And a lot of times people are going to pick what they need to do to survive and feel okay right now financially over the future. But
guys, what did she just say? To feel okay, right? Feel okay.
Still so important to save for retirement.
There is still deep insecurity surrounding investing, even among women who are saving for retirement. The study shows 6 in 10 working women say they have fallen behind on their retirement savings.
There you go.
So the idea of investing can be intimidating. Contributing just a small percentage of your employer's plan today can have a significant payoff in the years to come.
It's never too late to take action to start building wealth. Even if you're 40, 50 years old and you've never invested $1 in your life, you should start in that moment.
Stephanie Obadiku, 7 News.
To learn more tips and information about saving for retirement, visit our website.
Look at that, guys. They're cooked. And guys, they're all strong and independent, right? Until they get themselves in this mess. And then they want us men, right, to solve all their problems, to swoop in and save them, guys.
Here I come to save the day.
No, we say no, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Guys, there's a whole bunch of student loan updates today, too. I'll probably share couple of those here pretty soon, but yeah, guys, we'll look at one more and then we'll get in these videos here. Here we go.
New numbers coming into our newsroom, and they show that young women are not saving enough money for retirement. In some cases, they're actually passing up free money. What's behind this? I went to the South Bay today and found something very interesting.
A lot of people don't save.
Mom and daughter taking in the sights in Imperial Beach, but they're in for a rude awakening.
Wow, I believe it.
That was Leah Fike's reaction when I told her 67% of millennial women are not currently contributing to a 401k.
67%. Look at that. Look at that, man. Solomon Grundy, what's up, man? Steve is here. Steve, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you, man. Good to see you as usual. Good to see you.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
No one cares. What's up, dude? He says he's been saving since he's 19. Haven't really worked since he was 25. Any job that I can get just PlayStation dollars, I feel broke homeless. I'm just on my consoles gaming. TJ, what's up, dude?
According to a recent study from creditcards.com.
If you do 4% and they match it, why wouldn't you do that?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I know. You might not be understand this wildebeest in the wild, right?
Paul
Sergeant in Australia, what's up, dude?
That It's free money.
But a lot of young women told us
Hey AJ, can I interrupt you real quick?
Oh, of course, man. Yeah.
Hey, I was just on the YouTube or the Lube Tube, and I don't know, maybe it's just on my end, but it looks like your stream on the Lube Tube is actually not going yet. So
really,
yeah.
Wait, so wait, my YouTube stream is not going?
Yeah, it just has that page where, you know, like
well, no, it's going because I'm looking at it now on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe well, I just closed the window like not even a minute ago because
it's going. Yeah, no, it stopped real fast because I was trying to dual stream on Twitter, but then I forgot that you have to update to Twitter Premium to do it. So I'll do that here soon, so I can dual cast on there. So that was my mistake. I was trying to get fancy, you know. So, but thanks, man. Yeah, guys. Anytime that there's ever any technical difficulties you guys see, just let me know. Thanks, Colin. I appreciate that because things would have been messed up. I wouldn't have known, you know.
These three women looking out at the ocean told me they're not looking ahead toward retirement.
Of course not. Of course not, right? Of course not. You think that these steel fours can actually look, I got to plan ahead for anything? You know what I mean? Guys, these chicks, first of all of them are all broke.
You're a bum.
All of them have all this debt.
You're a bum.
They have useless underwater lesbian anthropology degrees.
You're a bum.
Right? And they want to live off some guy.
You're a bum.
Come on, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the modern day woman's retirement plan is to divorce in their late 50s, early 60s, and steal everything from the successful husband.
Yeah, facts. Yep. Guys, but even it, God, hold on, Colin Cook with me here, right? Now, guys, we're gonna do the next like 16 minutes in the chat for everyone, and then we will go members only. So, guys, make sure that you either call in or you hit the join button to become a member. Call in here, Cook with me here, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Let's just do this. I think Kevin Samuels, he was the one that really pointed out the fact that these chicks, when you know, you, me, Solomon, totally awesome, Laughing Man, Howling Void, when we're young guys and we're looking at lifestyles of the rich and famous, or we have the poster of the Lambo on the wall, we realize that we have to work for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have a big house, if I'm gonna have a Lambo, if I'm gonna go to some faraway place, I gotta bust my butt to do it, right? This is the fundamental difference in our thinking. These women think someone else is gonna give that to me. Clown world. Kevin Samuels these chicks said they're not gonna marry a guy unless they can give her the lifestyle that she could never afford on her own.
Yeah.
Think about the entitlement of that thinking there. And not only that, but instead of marrying a guy who can give me a life that I could never afford on my own, and then kissing his ass, oh no, I'm gonna make him think that I'm better than him. What are you talking? You're just a woman. You have a vag just like every other woman on this planet. You're not special. And even the ones who take the guy for half everything he has. Guys, successful men, usually, successful, ambitious men, it might suck, but they'll always recap what they lost. A woman who takes like a decently successful guy for half, she's never going to be able to live the lifestyle that she lived when she was with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Her life will always get worse. His life will always get better. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. If she's with a rich guy, he's giving her a lifestyle that's a 10. She leaves him. His life's going to get back to a 10. Hers is going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tiger Woods made $1 billion despite giving his wife $250 million.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan did the same thing. Absolutely insane. Guys, I am going to do a video, a menopause here soon. You know what I'm saying? I have the clip saved. I'm going to do it. Because, guys, these chicks, they don't like the term geriatric pregnancy, right? Because they hate biological reality. They hate biological reality when it comes to waiting too long to have kids, right?
Yeah.
And they also hate biological reality when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't tell us what a woman is, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Laughing man, what's up, dude? Good to see you as usual. You know what I'm saying? Howling boy, what's up, dude?
I think day-to-day life costs too much.
And that's certainly true in San Diego County, where the cost of living is sky high.
Enjoy.
As a helicopter flew overhead, Leah told us her son is a Navy air traffic controller. He's also a millennial. She's been talking to him about saving for retirement. You've been talking to your daughter, though, about
No,
this.
not yet.
But soon she will. Daughter Leah
Yeah, but she
is 15.
I think those are pigeons, aren't they?
Leah thinks people of all ages tend to be clueless about money. They don't realize saving even a little.
see there it is, guys. This is the same lackadaisical attitude that these chicks have towards well, you know, everyone has the high five, so why even protect myself? You guys, Colin, you've heard that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has the hurt dirt, right? You know, everyone's sleeping around, so I'm just gonna bang and clang as a chick, right? How many times have you seen girls assume that everyone else is doing it, so they're just gonna be all just I don't care. Well, everyone just doesn't know anything about money, so why should I? Absolutely insane.
Little now pays off big later.
If that money went into a fund, it would be different, but we don't budget like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Mom and daughter about to have that money talk, by the way. Also,
Yeah, right.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
we are also following another study by a smaller company called Financial Finesse. They claim that young women, not only saving less for retirement, Ariel, they also claim that young women need to save more because a lot of women will take breaks in their career, maybe help their families out, raise kids, stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Look at that. The Jimmy. What's up, man? Thanks for the $20, man. Appreciate that, man. What can I do for the $20? Let's see. Let me see. I'll have to come up with something for anything over $10. I'll have to figure that out. Let's see. I'll have to figure that out. What's a sound that I don't use much? Let me see. I don't have one for now, but I'll figure out one that that I can use. But thanks for that, man. I appreciate the support, man. Appreciate that.
Seriously. Garlic and croutons, dude.
Thanks for that, man. Appreciate that. Steve, what's up, man? Midnight Rain, what's up, man? Let's see. I think that's everyone. Yeah.
We need more money later in retirement.
Yeah, interesting. Costs not going down.
Let's see. Was there another one?
More women.
Oh, wait. You see this one? We'll get in this here in a second. Guys, I found this chick who recently got divorced on Twitter. Oh, look at this.
Overnight courts.
You
Asking
remember
the
this,
question,
Colin?
what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire? That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank, well, she quickly moved the cash into another account, used it to buy a home and an SUV. Kellen Spadoni, who you see here, was arrested for theft, and tonight is facing a lawsuit from Charles Schwab after she ignored several of their attempts, they say, to contact her and get the money back.
So, guys, she said...
Night court is now in session with civil rights attorney Robert Patillo.
All right, guys, in the chat. What would you do if $1 million. Well, we know that none of us would be dumb enough to do this. We would give the money back, obviously, right? But let's just say you had no morals, okay? Let's just hold on. Let's just Thanos snap your morals away. Colin, what would you do if you looked and you had an extra $1 million in your bank account?
I would shut up and not say a word until somebody contacted me. And if 6 months or a year or 5 years went by and that money is still in there, I'd be out of the country.
Okay, guys, I would transfer the money into a foreign account. I would maybe like Costa Rica, maybe the Philippines. No, let's see. Somewhere that I could go for the exchange rate. Hell, even Mexico. What's the exchange rate? Hold on. The pesos.
What about Panama? Panama is still a safe country, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, Costa Rica though is nice. Costa Rica exchange rate dollar. Let's see. It's 5-1, right? Hold on. Yeah, so one of their dollars is. Oh wait, no, that isn't right. That isn't right at all. What am I doing? Hold on. Is $1 in Costa Rica worth? Okay. No, it's worth 505 Costa Rican coins. Damn. Is that a lot? That's quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? I might just put it in an account, guys, and then go to Costa Rica, and then like buy a little property, start a little touristy, like a little bar and grill, and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Or even Mexico. How much is the Mexican pesos worth? You know what I mean? Because $1 million, man, plus what I have saved up now, man, shoot. Either way, that's a good chunk, man. You can buy quite a bit for $1 million, you know, and then find like some friggin' they have jobs that you can work for companies where you can either translate, teach English, do all types of stuff, but just be chilling for the rest of your life, you know. Midnight Rain he says that women spend money more than they earn. Yep. All right, here we are, guys. Let's go back here. Yeah, guys. So these chicks are cooked, right? Let me pull up this first chick here really fast. Guys, we'll do like 3 more, more minutes in the chat for everyone, and then we're gonna go members only. So guys, let's do. Where's this first chick here? Where's this first dunderhead at? Right? Oh, in fair use. Okay. Let me see. This chick, did she post her stuff here? Okay.
Grab yourself a drink of your choice and a little snack like I do. This is sparkling water, the Bublier stuff, and I add like lemon or lime to it. And then this is a cute little cookie.
So guys, this is called Broke But Hopeful, starting over at 53 years old. Look at that. Colin, like how screwed is she?
Oh, she's totally screwed. I mean, yeah, no, this is what the females don't understand. You know, in your late 40s, your 50s, for women, there is no such thing as starting over. It's not like men, men, a man at 53 in decent health, if he really needed to, he can get another, 15, 20 years of work and, and have a decent, 10 to 15 year retirement, Women, no, for women, it doesn't work like that. They don't understand. Like,
yeah. Good. Because guys, menopause starts setting in, osteoporosis. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. So, Captain Plane, what's up, dude? Thunderstruck says, no way that this chick's only 53.
From IKEA. So grab yourself a little snacky snack and let's talk midlife reinvention.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Allie. I once lived in my RV, yet in 2024, everything changed and I'm temporarily stationary. I'm working my way back to hitting the road full time again, yet in the meantime, I'm adventuring wherever I can.
So what snack do you have? What is something that you do every day that, like, something that you look forward to?
Making money and not being broke. Hey guys, hold on. Who put this in the Discord? Guys, make sure that you join the Discord. I forget who it was. Whoever you are, shout yourself out, man. Dang it. Let me see who you are. Was this in the asteroid? Someone put it this here. I have a lot of suggesting things. So I forget who you are, man, but shout yourself out, man, because I appreciate you guys dropping stuff in the Discord for me to react to, man. I appreciate that. So let's do this. Guys, here's a link to the Discord. Mysterious, what's up, dude? God, he says, wait, she's my age?
I look forward to after lunch, because it's 1 o'clock right now and I just had lunch. Usually I look forward to coffee, but it's getting kind of warm here in the Arizona desert. So I look forward to just a little cookie.
Why do they talk so much, guys?
Let's talk today about midlife reinvention. How do you reinvent your life at 52 when you have no choice?
If you're a man, it's because you got divorced. It's because some 304 freaking tore your heart out and blew your life to pieces. That's how, right?
Yeah.
Guys, this chick, and I just talked about this shit. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. She knowingly put herself in this position. She willingly, knowingly, with foresight, put herself in the position that men get screwed over to end up in. How can you be such an absolute dunderhead? How? You stupid woman.
But to reinvent your life when life basically forces you to start over.
How?
Like in your 50s. You get out of bed every day, you hold your chin up, and you take 1 step forward every single day. That's how I do it. Just 1 step forward in a positive motion every single day. Let me rewind to June of 2024. So not quite a year ago, because we're in March of 2024. My then boyfriend suddenly decided to discard me. And with no warning.
Guys, her video sponsored by Fixodent. Hey, guys, hold on. Whoa. I need everyone right now before the chat goes members only. Guys, Colin, everyone in the chat. Guys in the chat, put a 1. Colin. If she's starting over after her boyfriend left, who is she living off of then? Right?
Probably alimony payment.
No, her boyfriend. if that one person leaves and she has to start all over, that means that her whole support system was her boyfriend, right? She wasn't contributing anything.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get what.
The only thing missing from her life right now is she's broke and is her boyfriend. That means she was living off of him.
So yeah, okay, yeah. Well, she's probably collecting alimony from the husband before the boyfriend, but yeah. But then what she's probably doing now is just racking up the credit card debt.
Yeah. So now her boyfriend left, and now she's cooked. Yeah. Her boyfriend, he's probably a walking ATM. Facts.
One day, he drove me 12 hours from Northern California to my mom's house and dropped me off.
Damn.
Like luggage.
You said you ain't got to go home. You just got to get the hell up on out of here. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, how insufferable does a person have to be to just literally Uber you 12 hours to get you out of their life? You know?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Maybe this should be some whiskey. It's just there's no alcohol in it. And yeah, I know some of you are thinking right now, you're only hearing my side of the story. I get it. That's fine. I understand.
But
that's all I
anything before but is bullshit, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, here's the thing. Men just don't give up on relationships for no reason, right?
Facts.
You know, guys, how insufferable do you think she had to be for him to drop her off and just get out of there?
You, honestly, but I can't tell you my story of reinventing myself and starting over again at 52 without talking about the toxic ex and the sudden breakup where I was left broke as well as broken.
Oh, please. There it is, guys.
You can guess that.
Hey, AJ, let me interrupt you again here
I
real
was
quick.
quite ashamed.
Man, what's up?
No, so at the two camera angles she's got going on, when you look at the windows, and she mentioned that she got dropped off at her mother's house. So she's staying in the basement of her mother's house. And how often, what do these broads nowadays say about a guy who decides, I'll just live in the basement until I'm like, 28, 29, so I can build up some savings and I can buy my own.
Colin, they say that they won't date a guy who has a roommate. They say a guy that has roommates is somehow not. Guys, come on, right? And yet they will live at their mom's house.
You're a bum.
They will friggin' have $900,000 in debt.
You're a bum.
They'll be friggin' not working or working some part-time job at Starbucks.
You're a bum.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, guys, these chicks, the loudmouth ones, the strong and independent ones, they become the men that they want to be. And then the rest of them, they become the men that they talk trash about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My mom and her husband warned me about him. His family warned me about him. He wasn't even allowed on my mom and her husband's property, yet I ignored them.
So whose fault is this? Right, guys? Guys, how much you go to bet she's going to make herself into the victim and the hero in her own story when she's the volunteer.
Yeah.
Ignored the signs and stayed with him anyway for 4 years. And now I was knocking on their door with what little he let me keep and shoved it into a couple of bags and moved into one of their spare bedrooms without a clue what I was going to do next. So it took me about 4 months to take real steps to getting back on my feet again. I was fed up with being a loser. Especially at 52, guys.
You still are a loser. What are you talking about? What are you
stupid woman? Just like fed up with being broke and stuck. So last year, in October of 2024, I said enough is enough. And I started what I now call my midlife reinvention. If you guys were around back then, you know that at that time, I honestly felt like I was going through a midlife crisis. If you need to catch up on that, I'll go ahead and leave links to that down below in my subscription, or you can, let me see, you can click up here somewhere. At that time, I went ahead and made a list of what I needed to get back on my own. The first thing, of course, was to get a full-time job. So I started applying.
Oh, guys. Wow. That's some revelation, right? Oh, yeah, guys. Wow. Woo. That's on. Oh, man. Getting a full-time job. Wow. That's just some crazy life advice. That's just some guys. Do you see how they act like basic things like they should just get credit for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Colin, in the last 25 years of your life, how long have you gone without a full-time job?
Well, actually, I'm kind of out of the normal. I actually, so let me put it this way. I'm almost a seven-figure man, and I haven't had a job in, years.
But from like 16 to what? A couple of years ago, you were working full-time all the time, right?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, dude, I mean, when I was working, dude, it was, if I had a work week that was less than 50 hours, I felt like I was on vacation, dude.
Yeah. And guys, there's nothing better than you have two jobs or a job where you're working a lot, you're getting overtime, and you're so busy, you don't have time to spend money, right? So like 7-8 months pass, you look in your bank account, you lose track of when you get paid because you have so much money. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, guys, it's like there are times where I'll forget if it's payday or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I got money. Whereas these women live check to check to check to check to check to check to check. You know? And guys, I still monitor my finances, obviously. But I'll be like, what week is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you have, two jobs or you're working 50, 60 hours a week and it's paid for, you don't have time to go out and waste money on eating out or friggin' on broads. You know what I'm saying? So,
and even dusted off a resume after 9 years. And,
So wait, she was in her mid to late 40s and early 50s and just wasn't working? How does that work?
She was living off her ex-husband.
You stupid woman.
Look at that, guys.
No, that isn't exactly fun at 52 years old. For over a month, I heard nothing. But finally, one retail job called. And
She's working at freaking Old Navy, guys.
And I got the job. And I've been working there for 4 months now. It's not a glamorous job by any means, but this is a small income. Oop.
Ugh. Ugh.
I'm saving for my own vehicle. Yeah, I don't have my own vehicle, guys.
Look at that, guys.
I'm tired of being a loser.
Guys, a guy can't do this, right? A guy can't get on the internet and do this. We would be laughed out of the building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, give me a second. 1 second here. Let me. Okay.
And I'm hoping to get it by the summer. Restarting life in your 50s is hard.
So
you have experience and wisdom, but employers don't.
Oh yeah. She has so much experience and wisdom.
And I say it again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Don't always see that. I messed up. I stayed with a man for 4 years. That wasn't good for me. His family warned me.
What about the other 40 years before? You dunderhead.
My family warned me. I was having fun, and I ignored them. When it all ended.
Think of this, guys. She was in her late 40s. She's 48, 49. Having fun. Having fun. You're half a hundo. You can't be worried about having fun when you're half 100 years old. Garrett Grant, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you as usual, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Hey, Colin, did you hear the news that they delayed Grand Theft Auto's release by a year?
No, I don't keep up with
it.
And
the rumor is, have you heard of that one, Sweet Baby Inc.? They were that video game consultant group that people would hire them to make their games more inclusive, and every single game that they touched bombed.
Okay, yeah.
They have some of those, but you've heard of them, right? That thing?
I've heard of it, but I don't follow it. So
Sweet Baby Inc. was actually brought in for Grand Theft Auto 6. So they think that they're taking a year to undo all of the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff.
Wow.
Because Rockstar is saying we cannot afford to make this game bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to put boobs and violence and, all types of stuff back in the game.
Yeah.
Because some of these Sweet Baby Inc. games are some of the worst, some of the absolute worst, man. Red Door, what's up, my friend? Guys, I did drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up, guys. Hit the join button to be a member. Or hit the link in the description.
I was left broke.
Rajai, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. As usual. Good to see
you. And I'm ashamed to admit all of this happened in my 50s. And right now, at 53, I have nothing. I don't want to live broke or ashamed. I am bouncing back. I have a job. I've started writing in my blog again. Link down below. I'm making YouTube videos again after 4 months. If you've been with me, you know it's been at least 4 months. It was last November when I stopped. And you guys, I have an Etsy shop. I'm selling pickleball shirts, which I'm really excited about. I don't play pickleball, but I'd like to try it out.
How you gonna sell shirts for something you don't even play? What are you doing, you absolute dunderhead?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
And the community of pickleball is rather fun. It's really fun. But I have big plans for all of it, for my blog, for my job, and I'm also excited about my Etsy shop. And there's this weird beauty about starting over in your 50s.
No, there ain't.
Because after 5 decades, you realize that you don't care. You don't care what people think.
Not caring is what got you in this situation in the first place. Guys, what the fuck is going on? I swear to God. Colin, I try to not swear, dude. I try to not. But these daytime lives, guys, the day shift, it just makes me cuss so much. Colin, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in this position? The amount of tomfoolery, the amount of just knuckleheadedness that it would take for you to have been in this position?
Yeah, no. I mean, really, this woman at her age, what she really should be doing right now is getting ready to settle into her grandma life
Golden years, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and getting ready to, you know, the new grandkids. She should be getting ready and figuring out how she's gonna spoil the heck out of her little grandkids. But
Yep, that's true.
you know, yeah,
Yep.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know.
Hold on, guys. Let me see. Let me do something here.
You know, honestly, this broad really reminds me of that goddamn wretched mother of mine.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so you know, I've said, you know, I've mentioned her a number of times before. This is, you know, that wretched mother of mine. She barely made it to 70 years old, you know, because you know she couldn't stop shoveling the food in her mouth. But anyways, long story short, you know, at 70 years old, she had, well, really nothing to show. I mean, yeah, you know, I was able to, you know, recoup and recover a little bit of money, but man, that barely covered the attorney fees. You know, I mean, long story short, you know, digging through her finances, one thing I figured out was that she basically spent her entire adult life constantly being in trouble with the IRS, to the point where there were times where I think she was literally just like days, maybe a week or two away from federal agents showing up at her door and saying,
"Oh, really?"
Yeah. No, actually, one time, believe it or not, the IRS is actually very, very reasonable. I found, you know, she had multiple times where the IRS went in and just cleaned out a number of her 401k accounts.
What?
Yeah, by the third time, the IRS actually sent her a letter with a 30-day notice saying, listen, we are going to take everything from you. Quite literally, everything.
Yeah.
Like seizing her bank accounts. They were good. They were, you know, they didn't put it out into detail, but basically the letter was saying, if you don't get this cleaned up in 30 days, we are going to show up at your door. We will take your gold jewelry. We will even take your TV and probably put her in handcuffs and put her in prison. So, you know,
Wow.
what I figured out was over her lifetime, just the IRS penalties and fees and all the crap was easily $250,000.
Damn.
Probably closer to 300. And that's not to mention, that's not even accounting for all the tax returns that she was never able to collect. And get this. This woman back in the 90s, she was making six-figure salaries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's reckless with money. I mean, I already, you know, believe you me, dude, I already knew that women were, you know, can't be, you know, were horrible with money. Once I saw my mother's mess, I became 110% convinced that women should never be allowed to have anything more than a $300 prepaid debit card. That's it.
Facts. Yep.
End of story.
Yep. Kelvin, what's up, dude? I have a sound effect for you, man, because of your avatar, right? Let's go. Let's go. Oliver says he's gonna take a break from his job and backpack through Europe and trying to find himself. Are you gonna get a Dreamcatcher tattoo also? You start wearing crystals, Oliver?
Think anymore.
Oh,
I'm going to
YouTube fair use, by the way.
Reinvent myself. I'm doing it my way. Screw the naysayers. I'm still broke as hell, but I'm a lot better off than last June. Like I said, one step forward every day adds up to 1,000. I learned that on my long trail backpacking trips, which applies here too. Have you ever had to reinvent yourself later in life? I would love to hear your stories in the comments. If you've been following my YouTube channel, you probably noticed I haven't been posting since last November. Now you know why.
I'm picking up the pieces and getting my life back together.
Now, guys, if you go to TikTok here, guys, there's all these people that are on TikTok. Have you seen these, Colin? They're trying to tell these women, oh, there's a passive income system on how to make money with digital marketing. That's basically geared towards these women. Look.
You can't afford to retire. You worked hard. You saved what you could, and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. You're not lazy. The system just wasn't built for you to retire in abundance. I didn't know what to do either until I found a way to build daily income online.
Now, do you see that that spiel? Okay,
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Pay attention here. I was 60 and I was Googling how to retire broke. That's how desperate I was. Divorce, still working, paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want another job. I wanted out. I found a way to make money online without any tech skills or a big following.
Okay.
I was burnt out, broke, and absolutely struggling with life. I am in my mid-50s. I quit my job. I got so sick of it. I got sick of the hustle. I was a sales rep and trainer. The more work that I did, the more work they gave me. And then last year, I found a 6-figure blueprint that changed everything.
Starting to sound familiar, right, guys? Starting to sound familiar.
I see telling out.
Being broke is really scary, but being old and broke is a whole nother beast. And that is one thing that I fear as I grow older into my retirement. I want to know that me and my spouse is going to be keep me off my day, and I work from home and I make 100% profit.
See?
Show me the reason you.
Starting to sound familiar. Red Door, your camera's on. Just turn your camera off, and I'll let you. What are you planning for today? Okay, so now look at all these guys. See this? All this. All these digital products, digital marketing, all this foolishness, right? And you see?
This is a real question. If you were 50 years old, because I'm 50 years old, and nothing in your life was going right, other than like your marriage, like I'm happily married.
Hold on. Yeah, all these are all the same thing, right? Crazy, right? So now there's a huge chunk of YouTube that's trying to con women into these digital products, digital marketing, all this foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely insane. And it's all just some PDF that you pay like $900 for, and then you resell it to people for like $900. It's some PDF or some BS that doesn't even work. You know what I mean? But the whole point is you're selling it to morons for money. And that's the system of making money. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on all this stuff. It's all these knuckleheads that are all saying the same thing. So.
I mean, I wasn't looking for some big business. I just needed something to help, like groceries or to fix.
Sound familiar, right?
The car when my kid's car breaks down. The money struggles are real, and I'm tired of pretending they're not. I'm Susie, and I'm 60, and I'm close to retirement, and we weren't ready for that. But I'm telling you, this little $10 subscription thing.
There it is, guys. Right? Red Door, I think that you should start an Etsy stop.
No thanks. What, of dream catchers to sell to the new agers?
You're talking about crystals. You know what I'm saying? What a joke. What an absolute joke, man. This is sad, man. This is so sad. Guys, so I'm dropping a video. Look, later on today, this chick, she's 24. She has 28. She has $188,000 in student loan debt, right? And she lives at home with her parents. And she's gonna somehow say that she's not a bum, right? Come on, you know, $188,000 for a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree. She's not a surgeon. It's a bachelor's degree. All right, guys, now let's look at this knucklehead here. Guys, nothing good can come from this knucklehead. I can guarantee you guys that there's not going to be an ounce of anything wise that's going to come from here, right? And guys, fair use, okay? Because dunderheads like this will come after people that are either reacting or just trying to use their videos. So fair use, YouTube. How about that?
Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am breaking out of my shell again today. Today I wanted to talk about being 56 and broke.
Now you can use so guys, you can do so what'll happen is if anyone tries to give me like a strike, I can appeal. But usually if you say the term fair use, or if you have the fair use blurb in your description, it helps, you know. So
I turned 56 about a week ago, and I am broke. And
just in case, though,
I had to take a hard look at my life to really understand that.
and she talks really slow too.
Being 56 and broke is not where I want to be.
You think?
It is not the life that I saw for myself at this age. I made a lot of bad financial choices in my
You
life.
don't say.
I have been in bankruptcy 3 times.
Of course.
Whoa! 3 times. Look at that. Yikes.
I have had probably 3 to 4 car repossessions over my adult life.
What?
I have
I'm shocked.
been in foreclosure, credit card debt.
Of course.
It. That has been my life, my adult life. I've been on welfare.
Of course.
I've had,
And we all know what that means, right, guys?
She a single
we
mom.
all know what that means.
You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Jobs that paid a lot of money. I've had jobs that didn't pay so much money. But the common denominator for all of these circumstances has been financial literacy. I have not ever been good with finances, organization, making sound decisions with my money, not saving. Just poor financial habits have left me broke. And so this is where I am today. I'm 56 and I'm broke. And I wanted to come on and share this because
So AJ, let me interrupt here real quick.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
So she said that she's had 3 bankruptcies and she's 56 years old. So you can only do bankruptcy every 10 years. That means in her mid-20s, she was already filing for bankruptcy, screwed everything up again in her mid-30s, filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, but you've seen the videos I've done, you guys, on how these chicks are like acting like bankruptcy's a cheat code to life, right? You've seen those.
Yeah.
Keep going, though.
Oh, no. So I was going to say, mid-30s, screwed everything up again. Mid-40s, had to file for bankruptcy again. And I guarantee you she's right at the point right now, because she's making this video, she's going to do bankruptcy again.
Yep.
Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
I haven't reacted to this one yet, because look at this. Matter of fact, that's a good
Excuse me.
segue.
How many Is there a limit on how many times you can file for bankruptcy?
No, there's no limit to the number of times. You can only do it once every 10 years.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know.
She says, claiming bankruptcy.
So basically, they're just using it for a way out.
Yeah, just like this chick. Look, she's 21. And guys, one girl goes, I know that y'all don't think $7,000 is enough to claim bank. You're claiming bankruptcy for $7,000? You can work extra shifts at the Piggly Wiggly and pay off $7,000. What are you talking about? Look at this.
2024. I filed bankruptcy in August of 2024. It is currently January 2025, and it's finally discharged. The day I got my discharge papers in the mail was actually like a week and a half after it was actually discharged. The Credit Karma actually updated that it was discharged before I even got any papers, so I already knew. And I had got mail about a credit card to apply to a credit card, which I have not gotten. So I'm like, oh, hold on. My credit actually did this weird thing where all my debt was erased for like 2 days. And during that period,
including student loans.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
This person says bankruptcy seems like the way to wealth. I know someone who filed and got a new car the day after, got a home built. Guys, this cooked the guys, what the fuck is going on? Guys, I swear to God. Why? I feel like in the day shift, guys, these day lives, we end up in like more foolishness. Like, how are people this stupid? How are they this dumb? Someone, please, Colin, say something. How are they this dumb? How? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Oh, look at all these people. Guys, just 1,200 comments. All these people claiming bankruptcy. Look at that. And here's the thing. That's not a flex. Guys, like, I filed bankruptcy when I was 23 and now I'm 30. I've never had a problem getting a credit card or an apartment because they want you to go into more debt. You think that you're going to have a problem getting into more debt just because you claim bankruptcy?
Yeah, so here's this is part of something that needs to be talked about with financial advice. So here's the thing about bankruptcy. Like, everybody has seen these commercials on TV for the quote unquote debt relief and credit rebuilding, and that is actually far worse for your credit history. When these companies, they scam you out of $1,500, $2,000 or $3,000, and they negotiate with your credit card companies and basically all your unsecured debt, and they settle the debt for pennies on the dollar, right? So then it shows up on your credit report as a settlement, which is worse than a bankruptcy, because creditors look at that and say, well, he still can file bankruptcy. Once creditors see a bankruptcy on your credit report, they will start lending money because they know damn well you can't file for bankruptcy for another 10 years. So they know one way or another, they're going to get that money within 10 years.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that, man.
Yeah, so this is why actually, I mean, unfortunately, they're not entirely, I mean, they're wrong, but they're not 100% wrong that bankruptcy,
let's just say the house always wins. How about that, right?
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah.
Come on, dude. And guys, people think that this isn't fair. This reminds me that you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Guys, these credit card companies, they're not your friends, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not your friends.
Oh yeah, dude, you got knucklehead broads out there now, dude, they have interest rates of like 33, 34, even 36% on their credit cards. It's like, what?
On their car loans, they have 29%.
Oh yeah,
guys. That's they're paying for the most expensive Altimas of all time. Yeah, Overlord. Oh, we haven't even talked about that yet, guys. I'm gonna do a live on these because I touched on this once with the lady saying that she has ADHD, right? And that's why she's broke. Guys, why do these guys? Her and her husband's debt payoff journey, right? Come on, right? Come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Guys, never, ever, 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 ever marry anyone. Don't even date anyone who has a bunch of debt. Why? Why would you do such a thing? Oh, man, I had to pay off her debt, man. I got to work extra hours because my wife got all the student loan debt. It's stressing her out. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen the moment that he pays off the debt, right? The moment that he works all that time, she's going to take off. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is when I applied for the specific credit card that I actually got approved for, which was the Indigo MasterCard.
Oh, no.
I think
I filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy in May of 2024, and I'm almost a year out, so here are some things I wish I would have known.
God, I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm so sorry.
Silly Jedi. Silly Jedi.
341 hearing? No news is good news. No news is good news. You don't want to hear anything. There's one step after discharge, though. There's actually closing your bankruptcy. That I did not know. We could not get into our mortgage portal until our bankruptcy completely closed.
I wonder if she actually
Just a rule.
spent less money on food. If she could have paid off that debt better. Anyways,
I didn't really realize how all of these decisions that I've made kept bringing me or putting me back in the same situations that I've been in all my life. So the bankruptcy, the 3.5 times bankruptcy, when I start over all the time and then I end up back in the same situation, I file bankruptcy again, making poor decisions, and I couldn't understand why. I finally got diagnosed with ADHD.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it by hit the button on accident. Guys, how much you gonna bet she's gonna say shit? ADHD or mental health. I knew it. I knew it. Guys, how many times have we heard this? Guys, when have you ever? Okay, guys, don't. Red Door Colin, haven't you guys heard, or everyone? Yeah, haven't we heard that like men have ADHD more than women, right? Like, or like young boys and young men or whatever. Like ADHD was a disease of men, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden it's the catch-all, silver bullet to accountability for these 304s.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now she's saying, oh, so for the last 56 years, I've had ADHD and I didn't know. That's why I'm broke. Absolutely insane. Unbelievable.
Well,
Like,
I just want to say something as an older woman. And I can't imagine being 56 years old and broke. I just can't.
But the thing is that people like this, I don't even know how the level of irresponsibility that this takes is just so mind-blowing, right? To like the bankruptcies, the car repos, guys. There's no shame. If you have to claim bankruptcy, the shame alone should keep you from ever doing it again.
The women don't have any shame anymore.
That's true. That's true. Shame is a very, 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 very powerful tool. You don't make your family look well. It's supposed to be. I don't want to make myself look bad. I don't want to make my family look bad. I don't want to make my my neighborhood or my whatever. I don't want to make my culture or my whatever group that I identify look bad religiously. I don't want to make my religion look bad. There's all these there's supposed to be all these stop gaps. You know what I'm saying? But that's all gone.
And from what I'm understanding now is that that's part of my financial dysfunction, my organization skills, my ability to make good decisions, not just financially, but also in other parts of my life. Just being spontaneous. I don't want to use the word spontaneous because that sounds like a good thing, but being reckless, really, impulsive. That's the word that I'm looking for. Being impulsive, making impulsive decisions, making impulsive decisions when I buy my house, when I bought my cars, when I chose jobs, when I left jobs, when I started businesses. All of those things were being done impulsively, which ended up being poor decisions, which ended up with me being in financial debt multiple times. And so now I'm 56 and I'm broke. And I'm telling myself, I can't keep going down that road. Now that I know that the ADHD is a big factor in why I was making all of these choices and in my adult life, but not only in my adult life, even in my childhood life, because I didn't complete school. Um, I dropped out of high school, probably um, was about ninth, maybe 10th grade credits or something like that. I did go and get a GED, and I did attend college, but I didn't even finish that. I started and I didn't even finish that, which ultimately ended up in me, of course, having student loan debt.
Ah, there it
But
is.
There were choices that I was making, and
But if you're saying that if you're blaming it all on ADHD, she's hinting that she didn't have a choice, right, guys? You see how she's doing that? So I was making choices, but I didn't really know what I was doing because I have ADHD. You know what I mean?
not following through. I've started businesses that I um, haven't followed through on. So I kept saying to myself, I want better, but how come I'm not completing? How come I'm not following through on the things that I'm starting? And I find that it's because of the ADHD. So now I'm trying to figure out how to navigate having ADHD.
All right, guys, here you go. Watch.
One of the main things I noticed was my forgetfulness. I walk into a room and not know why I'm there. My list of symptoms is pretty long, but I'm going to share a few. One of the main things I noticed was my forgetfulness. I'd walk into a room and not know why I'm there. I would put something down and literally walk away for 2 seconds and come back and not remember where I put it. I started to lose everything: phone, keys, wallet, headphones, like daily, over and over. So constantly losing track of things, missing details, forgetting tasks, things like that. Another symptom that I had bad, I don't know if there's like a proper term for it, but pretty much my mind wanting to do something and my body not following through with the execution. Like my body is unable to get it done. That's not even just
So, guys, this is just excuses to be disorganized, to be lazy, to not be responsible, right? And I guarantee she's gonna say she has emotional breakups blow-ups, which means that's her excuse for being a raging bitch. You know what I'm saying?
with hard things, yes, but simple everyday tasks. It's like my brain be like, yes, okay, let's do this. I have this plan on how to do it, blah blah blah. But I would struggle with getting to it. I don't know how to really explain it. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like if you live it, you get it. If you don't live it, it may sound like, girl, just get up, but it's not that simple. Another one would be interrupting people or blurting things out. So,
AKA being a raging bitch, right, guys?
for me, when I'm talking to people, I'm so focused on what you're saying. And if I have something to say in feedback, or like to let you know, like I'm hearing you, or let you know that like I relate, or kind of just adding to the conversation, it just comes out. It just comes out. And it's like, if it doesn't come out at that time, I'm going to forget. So a lot of the times I start talking and then catch myself like, hey, I know how on the receiving end it could come off as like you're not listening, or annoying because like I'm talking, why are you cutting me off? But over time I legit have struggled with it and constantly apologize to like especially my friends and things. But I realized over time like it's gotten worse. So waiting my turn in conversation is honestly something that I have to really focus on. Ooh, short-lived hobby. So hyper fixating on something and then completely not having desire, the drive, the care anymore to do it. So that looks like starting hobbies and not committing to them, starting projects, starting businesses, like all the things where you're so excited. It's not even like you just like, okay,
This just means you don't have any discipline, you know?
You're so overjoyed and excited, and you're looking at research and giving it so much time and energy, and this is great, and you're enjoying it, and you love it, and you're investing in it, and then something just switches, and it's like, okay, what's next? Like, I don't want to do that anymore. And it's not even like anything bad happened or anything changed. It's just the switch goes off. What's next? Another one is impulsive spending. Going crazy, unnecessary random purchases, Amazon, Home Goods, Marshalls, getting things.
This just sounds like a young knuckleheaded 304. Guys, this is the perfect marketing for big pharma, right?
Yeah.
How much have ADHD drug sales increased? Let's see. Some studies show increases in prescription rates of 30% or more for people ages 20 to 39.
Wow.
Look at that. Adderall shortages are associated with increased use of ADHD medication in adults. Wow.
Yeah, we
Look
have
at this.
Adderall shortages at the hospital, at the psych unit. You know, we've been dealing with that. But I've seen a lot more women with ADHD than men in the recent years. And not only that, but there's a lot more women in the psych and rehab units than men than what we used to have.
Look at that.
Yeah, you know, it's like what I've been saying for a while that you know, the loony bins nowadays, you know, the few that are left, we really need to start calling them women's shelters.
Yeah, but the thing is this, guys. Okay, when it comes to okay, when you give these young women from a young age the mental health excuse, right? Oftentimes they will lean into that because it's just like it's a new way of crying to elicit a response. A lot of young women know that they can cry and get their way. Well, that doesn't work in certain settings, but the mental health thing, because we have such a cultural soft spot for it, and I think that a lot of them lean into it and then end up in the loony bin. And they're like, oops, I didn't mean to take it this far, you know? So,
Right.
yeah, but guys, look at this. So prescription for ADHD medication surged during the pandemic with a 32% increase in non-stimulant ADHD prescriptions and 10% increase in stimulants. Okay. Changes in access medication, rise of telehealth services and online pharmacies, changes in work, social health, and family life. Look at that. So these doctors are handing out medication like they're Tic Tacs. You know what I mean? Look at that, man. But yeah, guys. And then you look at social media. All these TikTokers and all these chicks are all saying that they have this. And then once one of them says it, they think it's cool. Next thing you know, all of them are saying it.
Things because it feels good in the moment.
And then and a lot of them, hey, look, you can get Adderall, you get high, you know?
Being at home and not using it, or knowing the money could have went to something else that value it matters. Just being like, treat yourself. Bring myself a little too much. Adding on to that impulsiveness, anybody that knows me personally knows I'm down for whatever. Like, you want to go skydiving, or you want to go to a pottery class, or you want to go to a concert, I would mention anything that's new, fun, exciting. we are more likely to become addicts and things like alcohol and other substances. Craving is searching for that dopamine. Now, another big one, realizing that I started to have a lot of struggles with my executive function. So for me, this looked like procrastinating important tasks until the last minute, struggling with daily routines, feeling overwhelmed by simple things, struggling to keep routines. And it's not that I don't want to, because of course I do, and I know how
Hey
great.
guys, once again, this all comes from the fact that men don't have these issues because we have to be practical. If we act this way, we're on the street, right? But we've civilized society so much that these 304s can live in an existence where they can have this stuff going on and still live. How?
Yeah.
How? Makes no sense. All right, let's do where's one more?
Well, I just want to say I have a grandson who's 20 and he's autistic and he has ADHD, but you know, he was nonverbal until he was 6 years old. So but he does quite well. He graduated from high school, a special school, and he plays 4 instruments, and he gets his disability check, and his parents let him manage his money because they want him to be responsible. And he said to me last week, well, I want this game because, he does a lot of gaming. And he said, but I don't know if I want to spend the money on it. So he's got ADHD and he's more responsible than these women. And
Wow.
he's autistic.
Oh, look at this, guys. Conservative judge should be removed after investigation finds she misrepresented her military career. Look at that. Look at that. What did she do? Tiffany Foxworth Roberts. Said that she was a captain and she was deployed overseas in Desert Storm in Iraq and Afghanistan. About her service in her campaign to be reelected. So wait, what did she do? Touting herself as being pro-life, crime fighter, pro-military, pro-veteran. She said that one of the most serious was that she had attained the rank of captain. This federal were forced to get the records. All right, guys. She lied on a sworn statement claiming to have attained the rank of captain while serving in the Army. She failed to achieve the rank of captain twice, requiring her separation from the U.S. Army Reserve as first lieutenant. Look at that! What? Look at this. And then she was born in 1974. And so she didn't, there's no way that she could have been in Desert Storm. Look at that. Look at that.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
That did seem a little odd when they said Desert Storm. I was like, Desert Storm was like back when I was young. What are you talking about? Wow. She also was untruthful. The insurance claim for a diamond ring that she said got stolen out of her vehicle. Guys, once again, we could have known this just by looking at this knucklehead, right, guys?
Right, yeah.
I mean, come on. Guys, if I would have said there was a judge who lied about their military service and said that there was a ring that was stolen out of their car for 19 grand and got caught, you guys would think that it was, come on. I mean, let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. JD, man, thanks for becoming a member, my friend. I appreciate that. Thanks for support. Guys, we'll watch like 2 or 3 more minutes of this, and then we'll watch one more thing, and then we'll
starting to develop a routine or a
I can't,
plan
guys. She just speaks too slowly.
Be more successful and to be more organized and more focused. So that's what I'm doing. Is I've identified the issue. Excuse me. I've identified the issue, and now I've got to put a plan together to help me cope with it, because there's no cure for ADHD, but I need to figure out how to manage my ADHD. So that's what I'm doing now. Being 56 and broke is not anything that I would have imagined or wanted for myself. And if you're watching any of my videos, a little bit of my story. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. I moved to South Carolina, the Myrtle Beach area, over 3 years ago. I call myself starting over. I had done a bankruptcy a few years before. I was getting my credit together. I purchased a new car. I came down here. It was an impulse decision to move here. I wasn't prepared for that, and now I'm back in another financial situation because I just didn't prepare myself financially to make a move like this. And so I keep repeating the same thing. So now that I know why I keep making these decisions and being so impulsive and being reckless with my finances, is because of the ADHD and my inability to focus on one thing at a time and complete it and see it through. So that's what I'm working on now. And I'm trying to find some good advice. So if anybody has some good advice, if you're suffering from ADHD and you have things that have helped you with time management, help you with staying focused, helping you complete tasks, I would love to hear it, because I am at my wit's end. But I'm about to really hone in.
Take any guy in your life and let him make your decisions for you. Because obviously she's not good at this whole life thing. You know what I'm saying? Guys, here, let's do this first. And I'm going to open the chat back up. And guys, hold on. Here, there's something that I want to show you guys. Thanks for all you guys with the super chats. Thanks for all you guys that are putting stuff on the Cash App. Thanks for all you guys that are members. I'll let you guys know we're going to do another daytime live this week. We'll call these the day shift. Let me see. I can check my schedule now, actually. We'll probably do it on Wednesday. Like Wednesday. Yeah, let's do Wednesday at 3 o'clock, guys. And I'll schedule that later on the day. You guys, check this out. Colin, you ready for this, dude? Okay. You guys remember the female SWAT team? They got stuck on the zip line. So guys, this is a SWAT challenge, right? And guys, let's look at these female SWAT team members, okay? Watch. Now watch them have to pick up a guy. Watch.
This looks good.
Oops, sorry guys.
The Belarus ladies.
Okay.
This looks good.
Now watch.
And,
Oh God.
It takes 3 of them to carry this body out of there. One of us can pick this guy up and get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Guys, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. Guys, look at this. Let's watch this again, right?
Ooh, very clever. Using technique, just being smart, taking an extra second.
What if they started taking fire, right? Who's gonna cover them? If you had 3 guys, there's so much wrong here. Like I can't even wrap my brain around how stupid this is. Guys, I want you to, in the chat, I want you to summarize how dumb this is. Okay, if you can put into words how dumb this is. If you have guys, you can have one guy carrying the guy, and these two guys, with their weapons out just in case they have to do covering fire. What if another person comes just off the street and starts shooting? Right?
Yeah,
they're defenseless.
Right, and now you're presenting a big giant target, and
Yes.
and just like what you said, right, you're also taking two people off of cover fire.
Overwatch, yeah.
Overwatch, yeah. There you go. Yeah. So basically, so even though there's three of them, in reality, what you're really doing, or what they're really doing, is you're really consuming the resources of really more like 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a mess, guys.
Yeah.
Those 10-second penalties are difficult. And across the finish line for the First Ladies team.
Guys, if you ever find yourself in this situation, you're cooked. if your life depends on like 4 chicks like this, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Guys, you might as well crawl through the vents like John McClane because you're cooked. I'm serious, guys. You are dead ass. You are cooked. It took them that long to shoot from that far away. Guys, look.
They work hard on their technique. It's exactly the same thing. That 80-kilo dead weight.
80 kilos? That's like what? 170 pounds?
Yeah, but like
one. Dude, they can't even lift a 170-pound guy.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The hostage, so to speak, that the ladies have to carry just like the men. No favors.
Look at that. Now, guys, where are the men at? Hold on. What a mess. Hold on. They have the men. Hold on. All right.
Break the mat.
Okay. Now, all right. Here we go, guys. Now let's look at how much faster that the men go. Look
through the door
pretty
pretty quickly.
Now watch how much faster they shoot. Here you go.
But have no doubt
You're fired.
these guys are accurate. We saw that.
Oh, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
Event during the course of 5 days last year. And all eyes will be on the current champions as they just make. This looks very good. Let's see where this ends up.
Look at how much faster they're going.
They're being cheered on by the other Kazakh. And it was quick.
Telling you, they should
Every
lift them.
second counts as you.
One guy. Oh well, what can you? But yeah, guys, cooked. I don't know who thought that this was a good idea. You know, but guys, this is not good news, man. This is not good news at all. But all right, you guys, we're at an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here for the day shift, man. Guys, I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as usual. Guys, I'll be dropping a couple of videos tonight because there's a student loans one that I want to do. And yeah, guys, I'll be covering student loans a lot, maybe like more than usual in the next 2 weeks, because people are going to start getting the friggin' checks garnished. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
right,
man.
that's right. Today's the day.
Yeah, Orange Man is not playing about that money, man. You know what I'm saying? He is getting that money. And if people think they're going to not pay, come on, man.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
What do you see? Adrian, what's up, dude? Roberto Torres, what's up, man? Josh is here. Who am I missing? But yeah, guys. I'll be live Wednesday at 3. So I'll make that, guys, and I'll remind you guys in Discord. And yeah, guys, appreciate you. Thanks, Colin. Thanks, Red Door. Have a good one, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thank you.